everybody, and welcome back to another episode of On Cloud Anime. And for today, I have Byron on again.
Hello, hi.
What have you been up to, Byron?
We're currently doing the midterms week, so honestly, I took one test. That was it. I've just been relaxing, sitting back, doing pretty much nothing outside of just work and stuff.
Damn. Bro, I'm not gonna lie. This entire week, I've also been busy and I have not watched too many shows. And with this winter season continuing to go on, I think I'm already falling behind, not gonna lie.
Dude, I'm behind. I just started watching that the deer anime. Like on the episode where this sister is having a contest with the deer.
Okay. I feel like we should provide some context, but Byron, when he says like behind on seasonal anime, he watches them like a full year behind, like half a year behind, because he's not the type of person that likes to wait for shit weekly. So
yeah, I don't. Because here's the thing, right? Normally, or at least before, I used to just binge anime. Be like, oh, first episode done, second episode done, third episode done. I can't wait to get to the fourth episode. But when I tried watching seasonal, this was back in 2020. Uzaki-chan season 1 was coming out, and so was God of High School. And I'm gonna be honest, both of those shows were not as good as I remember first time watching it, because I kept waiting weekly. I didn't like every once in a while I'd forget, and then I'd watch again and it'd be like, oh wait, but I forgot what happened. Or wait, this person, shoot, it's been a month since I last seen this person. Let me just rewatch. And at that point I'm like, yeah, no, I give up. I'll just wait until it's done and then I'll rewatch it from scratch.
you ever heard of a summary video?
Meta was talking to me about that as well, and I told him, no, I don't like summary videos. It pretty much just sums up everything, but I feel like it just doesn't do it justice to some degree.
But you've already watched it. You know what it's like.
But I'd rather...
You don't have to fucking rewatch an entire season. You could just watch a summary, and if there's anything that confuses you, you could just go back to that part.
Okay, yes, but no. I just don't like summary.
Like, it sounds like there is a solution to it, and you're just being too fucking stubborn.
Okay, yes, there is a solution to it. However, I just don't like summary videos. I just don't. Sometimes, like this is for me, for my example, right? My dad does watch summary videos, and he doesn't watch the anime. He uses the summary videos as an excuse to not watch it, right? And now, here's the thing. Every single time he watches one, I'm sitting there thinking, these guys are some of the most unfunniest motherfuckers ever when they think they're being quippy, when like they're doing their side commentary on what's going on. Like he'd watch it go from Dragon Ball to like romance animes, and like the same dude, because he watches the same dude, right? It's just the most unfunniest shit ever. And I'm like, no, I don't need this side commentary. I don't want it.
I remember when we had like this friend Aiden who got into anime last year, and I remember he had like the opposite problem where he'd be like, hey, Fabio, it'd be really cool if you recommended me an anime, and I'd be like, okay, here's this anime. He's like, oh, I watched it. I was like, really? You just started anime? You already watched it? He's like, well, I watched a summary video of it. And I was like, oh. And then I'd list off another anime. He's like, oh, I watched a summary video on it. And it like went on for like 20 fucking minutes before Aiden was just like, oh yeah, okay, I'll watch that one.
I didn't know that. I didn't know that. No.
You didn't know that?
No.
Bro, oh my fucking God. It pissed me off so much, bro.
Yeah, it would be, I would be too. That sounds annoying as fuck to deal with.
Dude, I was there for 20 minutes.
But like, what animes were you naming that he like watched the summary? Were like the big ones, or?
Bro, like literally fucking everything I could think of. Like, hold on, let me like pull up my fucking list right now. Let me pull up my fucking list. Bro, I was like saying like, oh, Konosuba, watched it. I don't even remember everything I said. I was just listing off random shit. And he just kept on saying it. Like, I was like, oh, Tomo-chan? He's like, oh, yeah, I watched the summary video. Bocchi the Rock, watched the summary video. Fucking Zom 100, probably watched the summary video. I don't fucking know. Mashal, watched the summary video. Eventually, we landed on Love is War. I don't know how the fuck we landed on Love is War, but sure.
I'm surprised it took you 20 minutes to land on Love is War.
I was saving him, bro. I was like, listen, I want him to watch more before he gets to Love is War, And at some point, I just fucking gave up.
No, man, I haven't. It's one of the first things I don't recommend is Monogatari, because first, if they don't like a simple anime, they're not gonna like Monogatari.
Bro, I'll never forget. We have like this one friend named Logan who kind of just like doesn't watch sub anime at all. And this motherfucker, Byron, was trying to convince him to watch Monogatari, but I had previously gotten Logan to watch Oshinoko, and he didn't care for episode 1 and completely misunderstood the character of Ai Hoshino. And like at some point in time, I was wondering how this would happen. And then he was like listing something. I was like, what are you talking about? And he's like, was she not saying that before? I was like, no, she was not. Were we watching the same fucking episode, dog? And then I realized, oh, he wasn't able to keep up with the subtitles 100% of the time. I don't know if you know about Monogatari, but the subtitles are like every other anime on fucking crack.
They are. They really are. You know what is surprising though?
What?
Aiden, we were talking, right? We were watching. We finished Bakemonogatari and we got to the second episode of Nisei. And he said, because I've been reading so much, I can actually keep up with Monogatari subtitles now.
Guys, anime is helping with our friend group's literacy.
He's the most illiterate one in the group.
Aiden?
Yeah. Don't you know he can't spell for shit?
I mean, I guess. he did. Now that you bring that up, he did ask me to spell a random word, and I was confused.
Do you know what word exactly?
I don't remember. I think it was like after or him. It was like a word where I thought he was fucking trolling.
On a scale of 1 to 10, how simple was it? 10 being like the hard, 1 being like how to spell.
Definitely a 1. Definitely a 1.
I was about to say 1, just spell go.
Yeah, it was like 3 letters, I think.
Oh my fucking God. No.
Nah, bro. You know when like anime pulls out the random vocabulary sometimes? Like I remember like in Aqua's tweaking out scene in the play arc, they pull out the word arduous and I was like, I've never seen that fucking word before. You know, I heard it again in fucking Metaphor, Refantasio. Those are the only 2 times I've actually like seen that word.
I've never had that issue. Or maybe I have, but I just probably already knew what the word was, so it didn't really matter much.
Do you use TikTok often?
Yes. Pretty often.
Okay. So at the time of recording, it is January 25th, meaning that over in the US, the inauguration happened. And with that, the TikTok ban was only active for like 10 hours. And then it just came back. But the deal is that it's going to go away if a deal isn't struck within the next, 85 days. Yeah, that's currently the situation we're in. And I was kind of talking about it on stream yesterday, but like, I think TikTok is a very important thing for the anime community because I feel like there's a sense of expression on TikTok that isn't on YouTube as much. You know, on YouTube, we get like these large essay videos about character analysis and stuff like that. And we kind of neglect that there are other people with like a less of an interest in anime, but still want to talk about it to some degree. And we usually shut those people out for like reaction channels and shit like that. And I think that kind of having that platform for anime is really important.
I think TikTok, for some degree, it's a mixed bag for me. Because there's pretty much fan edits, which are okay or good or really fucking great. That's the range. There's never like a shit one.
That's because you're not a Blue Lock fan, bro. You don't see the fucking Blue Lock edits.
Are they shit?
Bro, no, they're fucking awesome.
I was literally just describing the range from okay to just great. I haven't seen a shit one yet. I'm saying that.
Okay.
That was my statement, right? But now it goes from fan edits to simple like little skits and jokes, and then out of nowhere I started seeing those fucking I love these edits so much. I don't know how to edit for shit, right? So I would never be able to do something on this level, but I've seen like those fucking like appreciation for studio edits where like they show like the top animes for certain studios, like for example Trigger or Shaft, and it's really really interesting because like you were saying, you wouldn't find this on YouTube because you just wouldn't.
Yeah,
like maybe on YouTube Shorts, but that's only because it comes like probably straight from TikTok.
Yeah, it does. YouTube Shorts, okay, for me, when it comes to YouTube Shorts, it's more of just like, I feel like I see more of like drawings and shit like that, and then like dances and, you know, like all the high view things that come from TikTok rather than, you know, just the people of TikTok. You know, like there are times where I've gotten like anime recommendations from like the fucking no name with like 0 likes or something. I'm like, hold up, I'll let him cook, you know? Or like just seeing people kind of go into like their anime journeys, like what should I watch? Or this is my opinion on this, you know? It's not supposed to be like this revolutionary thing with a shit ton of views. It's not going to be like the next Degenerosity or something like that, but it's just like it's still a valid opinion for people that are new to it. Granted, there are times where I genuinely don't understand what the fuck people are talking about, and I don't understand how they have a platform because some of the shit they say is really dumb. I'm not gonna like list off this person's username, one, because I don't remember it, and two, even if I did, I'm not gonna give him attention. But I remember seeing this post that he made, and I saw multiple fucking posts where he was kind of just like glazing ReZero. He misunderstood a lot of a decent amount of plot points within a silent voice. And worst of all, when he was talking about Oshinoko, he said all the characters were really good except for Kana Arima.
So bias is what I'm hearing.
Okay, if you want me to be genuinely dead ass, he also said like when it came to JoJo's part 1, he did not, it was like one of the worst animes he's ever watched.
Just because of part 1?
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't know. I feel like the way that he talks about Mushoku Tensei as well, he kind of feeds into like the argument that like ReZero fans and Mushoku Tensei fans have, because it feels like each one of them is usually at each other's throats because they're trying to figure out, or not figure out, they're trying to talk about how their show is better than the other person's, and reality, who the fuck actually cares? Fun fact, the main character of ReZero, his voice actor married the main character for Mushoku Tensei, Rudius's voice actor.
I've heard.
That's like a fucking peace treaty IRL, bro.
Did it work though?
Fuck no. This is Mushoku Tensei and ReZero fans we're talking about.
Okay, but I know a Mushoku Tensei and a ReZero fan, and it's the same individual.
Yeah. That's because none of us really watch Isekai, bro. There's no other fucking opinion. But even then, he also agrees. Our friend also agrees that like the argument between Mushoku Tensei fans and ReZero fans is fucking dumb.
Oh no, yeah, probably indefinitely. Because I feel like if you ask me, sure, it's Isekai, but they're like two different things completely. ReZero and Mushoku Tensei. Though I have not seen ReZero. I'm just saying from the little things I know, they seem completely different. That and I'm still on season 1 of Mushoku Tensei.
I caught up to Mushoku Tensei. I don't know. I like the story behind, or not the story. I like the theme behind Mushoku Tensei. I think there is a big misconception with Rudius, and I think I've talked about it before, but essentially people think that the story of Mushoku Tensei is Rudius trying to redeem himself, which just isn't fucking true, which is why whenever I see a video saying, I don't understand how people think that Rudius is redeemable, and that's when I would like usually scroll away because I'm like, dude, that's not the fucking point at all.
Isn't it just bro wants to live the life that he wasted previously on being incompetent?
Yes, that is exactly what it is.
Why can't people understand that basicness? It's not that hard. I'm on season 1 too. What?
Because people think that like because someone does something good, they're like looking for redemption, when in reality, that's not how it is. You know, I remember like the first time this argument came up was when like someone was talking about My Hero and they were talking about how Endeavor is like not a redeemable dude. I'm like, okay, he's not supposed to be. And it was just like a very weird take to like have. I don't know. I think like people that shit on Rudius, it's like it's justified. But like at the same time, if you're going to shit on someone, I feel like you should do it
for the right reasons.
Yeah, for the right reason.
Oh, yeah.
If you're going to talk about how he's like weird because he does weird shit, like, you know, everything else, fair enough. I'm not going to stop you there. I'm not that hard of a fucking Rudius glazer.
I agree. Even my favorite MC has done some weird shit.
There's only one thing Aqua's done where I couldn't defend that dude.
His sister?
And it was that one time he let Ruby sit on his lap, bro. I'm not going to lie with you. When I first looked at that panel, I was like, Aqua, what the fuck, bro? What am I looking at? I can defend you through most things, but what the fuck am I looking at, dog? Like, listen, I get y'all went through a hard time, but like, bro, there's a limit. Like, if she like rested her head on your shoulder, fair enough. That's fine. I don't really care. What they did later on when like Ruby slept on his like lap or something, fine. I'm glad no one commented on that because it wasn't like weird in any way. But sitting on his fucking lap, bro, what the fuck are we doing here?
Yeah.
Actually, Manga, what the fuck? What the fuck, bro? I know Akasaka did not say to do that specifically, bro. That was Mango specifically cooking, bro.
But like, see it this way. Let me explain to you this way. I'm not justifying. I'm just trying to put a different spin on it. Normally, younger siblings do sit on the lap of their older siblings. Yes, they're twins, so they're the exact same age, which is why I didn't defend it. I'm just saying it's somewhat
Yeah,
normal.
when you're younger, they're 16 years old. No, actually, no, they're 18 years fucking old, bro.
I know. I'm not defending it. I'm just saying this.
And another thing to keep in mind is this is fucking Mego Yoko Yari, bro. She wanted this shit to happen, bro. This is her way of saying that she wanted this shit.
I'm surprised that bro really like bent to her will and let himself write these aspects of the story. He got a draft of the drawing. And he's like, okay, I guess I have to write his story and dialogue as to why she's so bad.
No, I need to know the process, bro. Does Akasaka, like, does he... Actually, no. They did kind of go into it with, like, the fan book and shit where, like, Akasaka kind of, like, draws a little bit of the rough sketch. I need to know. I need to see the manuscript for this fucking chapter before he gave it to Mango. I have to see this shit. Because the Akasaka was fucking trolling, bro. He was trolling so fucking hard by letting that shit be published.
What if he was his idea? What if he drew it first and if he just added detail?
That's what I'm saying, bro. That's what I'm saying, bro. Is fucking trolling, bro. That's why I'm saying he's trolling.
Nah, he supported Ruby X Aqua.
No, he did not, bro. Mango specifically said Akasaka did not let her do that.
Damn.
Because she asked. She did ask, by the way.
Okay. Also, I remember you telling me this, but you said that like was it the art book that stated like what happens afterward as well? Or was it that after chapter?
The after chapter, the chapter stated that you're talking about is in the final volume of Oshinoko.
Uh-huh.
It's currently being like circulated right now. My sister's boyfriend is in Japan. I told him, if you're able to, hook a guy up, bro, get me that final volume of Oshinoko. I don't care if I can read it or not. I just want it.
Right, because I remember me asking you, what the fuck happens to Akane?
I mean, she gets into the occult.
Yeah, I was about to say she became a cult member, but, finishing Oshinoko, I'm like, there's no mention of a cult here. Where the fuck did he get that from? The art book, maybe? I don't know. So I'm asking you this now.
Yeah, there was like a bonus chapter that, and there's also the epilogue shit that's coming out between Kana and Akane.
Oh, right.
So surprise, Akane was abused. I feel like that was pretty easy to like guess.
From her parents or?
It was, yeah.
Okay, then yeah, that's pretty obvious to some degree. Like,
yeah,
no child actor isn't. Name me one child actor who had a good childhood. I'll wait.
Akane.
That had a good childhood?
Yes? Are you fucking kidding me?
You just said she was abused. You just said she was abused. What?
I said Akane.
Wait, Akane? Fuck. I'm tripping balls. God damn it. Akane. She was a child actor? I thought she imitated one.
She still, acted. She just wasn't as popular as Kana.
See, this is why Akane better.
Okay, bro.
I'm joking. Okay, yeah. Yeah, she had a good childhood until, the person she looked up to insulted her.
That was like the one thing, bro. That's like an anthill compared to a fucking mountain.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah. What else is going on? I mean, I highly doubt you've been keeping up with it or even watched it, but have you ever seen The Apothecary Diaries?
No. You've talked about it, you've mentioned it, and I've seen it around, but I don't know what it is.
You probably remember some of it because I told you a while back that like the author was put in jail for tax evasion.
Didn't you put in like your Family Feud?
Oh, right.
Yeah.
Wait, no. Did I?
Jeopardy.
Don't even
Jeopardy.
The Jeopardy.
Yeah.
Oh, right. Yeah. It was at like 500 for anime openings.
Yeah, the one I aimed for and immediately got wrong.
I don't know how the fuck you did so bad in it, to be honest with you, bro.
Listen, I think it was just like I picked the wrong things. Because I could have gotten points. I just decided to, like, every single time I would see like someone else pick something, I'd be like, I know the answer. And this is fucked up. Because I should have picked that then.
Yeah. I'll never forget when you said like every single time you aimed for 500, I was like, bro, how the fuck did you just like pick the one answer you don't know on this list?
It's the streak of
like
bad
some
luck.
Random shit.
A streak of bad luck. That's pretty much it.
Streak of bad luck by the guy who talks about how lucky he is.
Yeah, but like, okay, let me put it to you this way, right? I believe in balance in life as well. For every supremely lucky action I have, I also get a string of just terrible luck. So it's not that I'm not lucky. It's just that every once in a while, I'm just very unlucky.
I see. Dude, one of the things I was talking about yesterday, it's an anime series we all know, we all love. So popular that it's getting a fourth season with 24 episodes. You ready for Rent a Girlfriend season 4?
Why the fuck do we get a new season of this?
Bro, it's
Okay. I thought we only had 2 seasons. When the fuck was the 3rd released?
You didn't know about the 3rd season?
I didn't, dude. I was there for the discourse on the 1st season and everyone being like, yo, this shit's fucking ass. What the fuck?
Okay. Listen, I'll say this. For all the drama that was going on in Rent-A-Girlfriend season 1, I thought that it was a pretty decent show.
You're crazy.
I thought it wasn't, okay, it's not as bad as everyone, like, it's still like, I don't think it's my go-to, but it was a pretty decent romance at the time, you know?
Ah, yes,
but
the decent romance.
I think if it's 24 episodes, I think it's going to get to that. Yeah, I think it is going to get to that chapter.
Jesus fucking Christ. Why do we still exist in this world? Because,
bro,
I remember,
this shit is so dumb.
It's like, I remember when the 2nd season was announced. I'm like, oh my fucking God, this got a 2nd season. At the time, another show I really enjoyed didn't even get a 2nd season. And it was announced like half a year afterwards, which then I was soaked about. But then to find out that they made a 3rd season and they're making a 4th one, double the length, 24 episodes. How are they getting their support? How is the budget allowing why? I'm jumping someone. I'm jumping whoever fucking studio is responsible for fucking Rent-A-Girlfriend.
I'm pretty sure looked at their shit. Okay. You want to know why Rent-A-Girlfriend has so many seasons?
Okay.
It's purely based on the fact that Chizuru is cute.
I'm jumping the world.
Because here's the thing. Okay. Maybe, just possibly, the main animator for Oshinoko is really good at her job and likes to draw cute things, which is why Rent-A-Girlfriend has so many seasons.
No. Just because it's pretty privilege?
Yeah.
Are you telling me if Natsuo was an adorable, handsome man, we would have gotten more than 1 season of Domestic Girlfriend? What the fuck?
Possibly, the lead animator saw it. I don't know. I don't know if she's like a lead animator, but she is like a very important animator and she's like really fast at drawing. And people saw her work on Rent-A-Girlfriend. They're like, hey, you get to pick our next project. And she's like, I want to do Oshinoko.
So what I'm hearing is this is like the golden goose of talent. And right now she has the power to make whatever she wants.
I mean, I guess. But I don't know what her other works are. But yeah.
I see. What a amazing industry this is. One where we get 4 seasons of Rent-A-Girlfriend. And its predecessor, Domestic Girlfriend, only got 1. Even though if you ask me, one is superior than the other.
I mean, yeah, I'd rather watch. Okay, I would rather watch Domestic Girlfriend Season 1 and its shit adaptation of the manga 5 times over before ever putting on an episode of Rent-A-Girlfriend. But here's the thing. I've already committed to a bit where I'm probably going to watch Rent-A-Girlfriend just so I can properly shit on it.
Why would you commit yourself to this torture?
Because I also say that if you're going to shit on a piece of media, do it correctly. And if I'm going to do that, I have to give proper reasons. I'm going to try to be as unbiased as possible, but I don't think I'm going to fuck with Rent-A-Girlfriend for the rest of its fucking runtime.
Man, you sure you're not a masochist?
Yeah. Listen, if I was able to put up with Yosuga no Sora, I think I can put up with Rent-A-Girlfriend.
I think Yosuga no Sora isn't that bad, even though I haven't seen it. It just seems standard up until the peak.
It's really fucking boring, dog. It's so fucking boring. And then incest is just inserted.
Listen, I would rather a boring anime over an anime I kind of fucking hate.
I'd rather one I hate because then there's more to talk about.
I don't want to talk about it though, because then I just get mad.
I mean, yeah.
I don't think that's fun. Okay, wait. Since we're talking about anime we hate, I never asked Fabio, how many animes have you dropped throughout your whole life?
Well, when I drop an anime, it's more of like I just forget to continue watching it. I've got a statement to say that like, I don't hate a lot of things in this world. Genuinely, I don't. That goes for anime as well. The only anime where I can genuinely think that I hated is Rent-A-Girlfriend. Like I used to shit on Evangelion, but then I was just like, it's just not for me. There's a lot of value behind Evangelion as a show, but it's not the worst thing. Even with Jujutsu Kaisen is runner up because of like all the shit it's done to the anime industry and how the bad practices are just going to be encouraged from like now to the future until like something changes. And it's all for fucking Jujutsu Kaisen. So yeah, and even then, as a story, I never even thought it was that entertaining to me. Like season 1 was really boring. Hidden Inventory arc was my favorite, and I loved it a lot. JJK Zero was like a pretty good like starter into season 2, and then Shibuya incident happens, and I'm just like, it's not a bad arc, but it feels like there was a lot of missed potential in this arc, and I don't feel like continuing watching because next is just the Culling Games and then the Sukuna fight.
Okay. It's really that short.
Yeah.
So uninteresting.
I don't know.
Then yeah, you and I have different takes then, because I regularly drop animes I heavily dislike.
No,
I mean,
pushed it.
That's a lie,
Okay,
actually. Hold on.
okay,
Wait, that's a lie. That's a lie. I dropped Soul Eater, but I didn't dislike it. I just don't think it's for me.
Okay, here's the thing, and I talked about it like 2 minutes ago. My biggest pet peeve was constantly hearing people like shit on something they never finish. Because I don't feel like your opinion matters that much if you didn't finish it. And you're just like shitting on certain aspects of a show you never even watched. Which is why when people ask me, what's your opinion on Naruto? I just say, I don't fucking know. I don't really care for it. I'm not interested in the theme, like the characters. So I've never watched it. And that's where it ends.
Okay.
You know?
I see that.
But there are just like certain times where I'm just like, damn, I'm really putting myself through this shit, bro. Like the most recent anime where I was just like, wow, I cannot believe I'm still watching this is this one anime called I Married an Amagi Sister. It's made by like someone who worked on Quintessential Quintuplets, not the same author. It was like an assistant.
Okay.
She made her own work. And my issue is just like, wow, these characters are just like, they feel so uninteresting. You have like the middle sister who's a tsundere. We have the little sister that is energetic. And then we have the older sister that's kind of dumb and ditzy, but kind of smart. And I feel like the two other like his sisters, like the one that's like older is kind of interesting. And like where I dropped the show, it seemed like she was kind of getting more development, but it was a little too late for me to care. And with the little sister, she was getting more development, but I also can't remember much else. And then the story just has like this main guy go to an all-girl school in like the latest episode I saw, because, you know, before he was just like homeschooled or some shit. And we have like the middle sister who's the most uninteresting one, and she's most likely going to win. And I'm just like, why am I still here, bro? I don't fucking care about this character.
I see. No, I don't have that. I have the opposite. Here's the thing, right? I can watch like 5 episodes of an anime easily, but if by the 5th episode, I'm like, I don't like this. I don't like the feel of it. I don't relate to any of the characters. I don't care much about the theme or what they're expressing. Then I just drop it. I don't immediately be like, oh, I hate this shit. This shit ass. I'm going to shit on it for as long as possible. The only time where you can hear me like say that, that's a lie. I actually finished Sword Art Online. I didn't drop it. You see? Okay, here's the thing. I just dropped uninteresting shows where like, even if I can say something negative about it, it's because that negative aspect still exists within the first few episodes. Does it get better by the end? I never figured it out because they were such put-offs that I just couldn't sit there and be like, okay. But at the same time, I also dropped Soul Eater, mainly because it wasn't for me. 36 episodes in, by the way.
I heard that it fell off like towards the end of the show.
The first few episodes were interesting. The middle episodes that I watched before dropping it were like, I mean, it's all right. It's okay. It's good. And then this last few episodes I watched were like, this is so not for me, actually. Never mind. I don't want to finish this. But there is shows that I heavily do dislike that I did finish. You ever watch a show and you heavily dislike it, but it was years ago, so you don't remember why it put you off so badly?
I mainly just don't watch it at that point.
No.
I just never talk about it.
Nah, here's me. I watched the original Spice and Wolf before they remade it, right? I watched all of season 1. I thought it was really good. And then we got to season 2. I remember how fucking frustrating season 2 was. To some degree, I don't even remember why. I remember they were arguing. She decided to go off and like play around with this one town boy. And bro was like, God damn it. She doesn't hang out with me anymore. She hangs out with this puny little guy. And then like they make up and I'm like, I don't want to finish this, but like I got 3 episodes left and I really enjoyed season 1. So I may as well tough it through. So I toughed through it. And it's just like, they're finally getting along properly, which is like, oh, okay, good. Nice. And then cliffhanger. I haven't recovered since. I hate Spice and Wolf season 2. And it's been so many years and I like I see it and I'm like, I finished it. Why didn't I drop it when that fucking puny little cunt showed up? I hate it. I hate it. I hate situations where like, especially in anime, this isn't like a really big trope, but when it's done, I'm like, I want to jump off a bridge with like a noose tied to my neck. It's when these two clearly have a good relationship. One dude shows up, shows interest, and they're like, oh, who cares? Like, they're clearly into each other enough to not care. But then eventually they get into a scuffle and the girl decides, you know what? Now that I'm in a fight with the guy that I've been crushing on, let me go entertain this one dude who's been here for a while and it's kind of been crushing on me just to piss off the guy that I've been crushing on. And that will probably fix the problems. And when it doesn't, they just get even madder at each other. And I'm like, this is terrible. This is horrible. Why the fuck is this a trope? And I've only seen it a few times, but the few times I see it, I want to fucking crush my throat.
I don't know. Maybe this just happens more often than we think IRL.
I don't have an active love life. I can't relate. I can't relate.
I don't know.
At least it sounds painful as much to watch as it would be in real life. But at that point in real life, if a girl who I've been crushing on and who has been crushing on me did that shit to me because of one argument, why the fuck? I would legitimately just be like, nah, I fell out of love. I fell out of love. That incident really, like, it's not worth it. If she's doing that to me, then I don't care. If like, she's like, oh shit, I'm sorry. I didn't know you would get this bad. The fuck was your thought process? Of course I would. I was dumped to the side for a fucking side piece.
Oh my God. Okay. I'm not even going to lie. I've never really finished Spice and Wolf, the remake. I got through like the first 12 episodes, I think.
Okay.
Maybe.
Uh-huh.
And then like I just never continued because like I don't remember why. But I think it was just like because it was during the spring season and there was a lot of like heavy hitters. I got more interested in other shows like Konosuba and Mushoku Tensei. Windbreaker, that like Spice and Wolf just like fell under the radar.
The problem with watching seasonal anime, they're overshadowed by the bigger hitters.
I mean, yeah. I mean, I don't think that would have changed anything. You know, even if I was watching them at the same pace you do, I probably would have just like been like, oh, okay. I don't feel like watching this over like this and that. And yeah.
I see. I've been considering rewatching. I'm not rewatching it because I'm not rewatching it. The fucking remake was made. So I'm going to watch that just to see. Because if it is just season 1, I'm going to enjoy it. Because I really did enjoy season 1 of Spice and Wolf. I really did. It was really warm, heartwarming. It was really adorable. My young self was like, oh my God, I wish I had a life like this. Season 2 came and ruined that for me, but I hope that this remake gets rid of that. And if it's actually like, if it's actually in it, I'm dropping it immediately because I'm not suffering through that again. Nuh-uh. I'm a tad bit of a masochist, but not to the degree where I would degrade my own happiness for something so fucking ass.
I think like the only show where I've been like, I don't really fuck with this that much is Evangelion. The only reason why I disliked Evangelion so much at the time was because my friend like forced me to watch all of season 1 and I like had to continue watching it. Cause normally if I was watching Evangelion, I would have been like, okay, I don't feel like watching this. But then I saw that there was like all these fucking movies and all these different motifs.
Oh.
And I'm like, yeah, I'm definitely not getting into Evangelion. It's way too fucking much, bro. And for what it is, there are all these themes that are interesting, but it's not enjoyable to actually watch the show. Sure, it's interesting to dissect the characters, but when I was personally watching the show, I did not see myself enjoying it whatsoever. It's not like a fucking terrible show. It's not like poorly written or anything like that. I just didn't enjoy it.
I see. So that means you didn't watch the 3.0 movie.
No, I didn't.
Okay.
I just know that at some point in time, the singer for Kingdom Hearts did an opening for it. And I was just like, yo, this shit, it kind of goes hard.
You know, I regret because, okay, let me give some context specifically for the listeners. I have a friend, his name's Meadow, and him and I promised each other 2 things. One, we're going to watch certain animes together, and that means we can't watch it separately, which means I have to wait for us to finish one anime, watch another anime, and another anime just to watch the one I wanted to watch. And I've been holding off for about half a year, almost a year. Holy shit.
He's realized just now hitting you.
Yeah, the new season of Monogatari. I haven't seen it yet.
Oh,
I'm so
shit, bro. I'm closer to fucking catching up, bro.
Yeah,
I didn't watch Monogatari.
You are closer. You are closer. This hurts because we promised each other we're watching the newest season together. It's going to be both of our first experience watching it. But you know what we have to watch before that? We have to finish York New arc on Hunter x Hunter.
That's fucking insane because I made the same exact promise with Logan. I have not continued watching Hunter x Hunter in a bit. I need to get back to it. Because like, no. I do actually enjoy Hunter x Hunter. I do actually enjoy it. The main reason I stopped watching the fucking show is because I made a deal to watch Monogatari.
Yeah.
And with Monogatari being there and seeing how long it took me, I just like Hunter x Hunter kind of just got shoved to the side. But for what I watched, it's really enjoyable.
It is. Now, I have to finish that entire arc. After that, we're gonna watch both Dandadan and Frieren.
Frieren and Dandadan.
Yeah, Dandadan and Frieren. And then go back to Hunter x Hunter, watch another arc before I could even watch the newest season of Monogatari.
Yo, have you ever like accidentally watched a show with one person and then another person, and then it feels like you're cheating on the person that you were originally watching with?
I've never, no. Because outside of Olmedo, who am I actively watching anime else with? We watched Oshinoko.
Yeah.
Logan.
Okay. Yeah.
Logan, it's Steins Gate, but like we keep putting it off, which is good.
Fuck, bro. I might finish Steins Gate before.
We're on episode 3. Yeah, you're finishing before us. We're on episode 3.
That's if I ever watch it. I mean, I definitely will one day. I just haven't gone around to it.
I'm not excited for it.
No. Why?
I'm not the biggest sci-fi fan.
That's surprising.
Like, I like Cowboy Bebop, but that's more like sci-fi adventure mixed with cowboys.
Ooh.
Mixed with cowboys.
You know, it's funny. I was holding back on whether or not I should talk about Cowboy Bebop, but like,
oh my God.
I've never finished Cowboy Bebop.
I'm jumping you.
Dude, I don't know what it is, but I just never feel motivated to watch the fucking show.
Okay.
I'm at like episode 12.
Oh, I thought you were closer to the end than that. No. Okay, listen, Fabio. I will voice this opinion first and then you can voice the rest, right? Rewatching Cowboy Bebop is hard for me because my first viewing was like a thing of its time. It was in the middle of the night and I like sat through one good amount of it and that was really good. But that was because I was kind of like down in the dumps because I watched a really sad anime, and rewatching Cowboy Bebop, I got this like, it's a feel of adventure, but also just like downright depression to some degree. Because so many of like the stories are just either fun hijinks or straight up just melancholy depression. What the fuck? Oh, this is not as...
Dude, I don't really know what to say. Like, I can't pinpoint why it is that I'm not motivated to watch it. Like, it's not even like I hate the show or anything. Maybe it's like the cowboy aspect that's not interesting to me because I've never been interested in cowboys. But like, other than that, I genuinely just can't think of it. Maybe I don't like the main villain that much because I do think he looks kind of cringe.
My takeaway from it is more of, it's kind of down in a dumps mood sometimes, just doesn't sit well with me all the time. It's like, it's not that I hate depressing animes where like sometimes the mood is just depression for like a good long amount of it. But Cowboy Bebop is just like, it's kind of like so melancholy to the point where I'm like, I'm not excited. I am sometimes. I am like, holy shit, this shit's funny, or holy shit, this is fucking epic. But sometimes I'm like, damn, that kind of sucks. Not gonna lie. Oh boy. Being blind. Yikes. Having to take care of your ill sister and having to do drug selling and this and that just to be able to afford the medication. Ouch. Oh, suicide?
Maybe that's it. Who knows? Because like I do kind of agree with that sentiment. Like looking back on it, a lot of the shows I watch are like kind of depressing. Or no. The shows I don't really like watching are kind of depressing. To some degree, you know, like Frieren, I didn't mind Frieren, but it was kind of like slower to get into at first because it did kind of feel like constant like melancholic shit. But then eventually it got like more interesting with the cast of characters and entertainment. I feel like for me, there has to be like a balance. And I feel like Cowboy Bebop, I guess, like, I don't think the balance is...
It doesn't hit it?
I don't know. I think like maybe I just like to be happy. And whenever I watch shows that are sad, I just don't feel motivated to watch the rest of it.
I don't blame you because, for example, I mean, Oshinoko to some degree, I would say is a tad bit depressing, but like that's at its key moments. Because at its other moments, it's like really happy, enjoyable. Hey, look, idols. Woohoo. movie industry, the glorification of pre-production. Oh, wow. I love getting sponsors.
Yeah. But even then with like Oshinoko, I just enjoy the cast.
I also enjoy the cast for Cowboy Bebop. Like a lot. I think if it wasn't because of Monogatari, Spike Spiegel would have been my favorite protagonist for a really long time.
The only person I don't really fuck with that much is Eddie.
Ed. God damn you.
Or Ed.
God damn.
I don't really fuck with Ed that much.
No.
Like I don't.
That's my favorite character.
I will say this. For the characters of their archetype, I normally hate them a lot more. But I don't mind Ed. I'm just not the biggest fan.
You don't like Mrs. High Energy, booming, mystical, fun energies for the whole casting crew.
You could call it that, but I see it as annoying.
Okay.
Not Ed in specific. Not Ed in specific.
The archetype.
Yeah.
Okay.
Gigi's an example. I fucking hate Gigi so far.
From
Don to Don.
Oh, right. Gigi.
Yeah.
I'm mixed on Gigi. I didn't think he was that annoying in the manga, but I saw how they did him in the anime. I'm like, oh, if I could hear his voice and see the movements more clearly instead of just drawn. Yeah, actually, he does seem more tad bit annoying than I originally thought. Cause, okay, can I be honest to some degree?
Yeah.
I am not the best at visualization when it comes to manga. Like, I get what's going on. I can see what's going on. But like, when I see it in anime, I'm like, oh, that's not how I pictured it. Okay. And it's the same with characterization. It happened with Kaiju number 8, right?
Yeah.
Where the main character, right? Bro just seemed like the normal, I'm going to be a hero one day. I'm just an old man, however. He seems wise to some degree because of age and experience. But then in the anime, I'm like, oh, actually, now that I hear his voice and see some of his gestures more clearly, he's a fucking idiot. I knew he wasn't like smart, but like, he acts like such an idiot. I'm like, oh, okay. Because like, it's obvious now. To some degree, it's like I oversee those flaws and then I'm like, oh, he's just your average everyday person. But then I watch the anime where it's like more clear and how he sounds, how he says it. And I'm like, never mind. He's just a fucking idiot.
Yeah. I'm going to be honest. I think that's why I usually prefer anime over manga, because I would say that I have a hard time visualizing it, because if I don't see the movement, then I base it off of like the dialogue and I'm like, okay, well, this is how this person talks. Mm-hmm. Versus like their actual actions. I think like going back to Oshinoko again, right?
Yes.
When I was in the play arc, the only thing that like really stood out to me a lot, or like one of my favorite moments, was Aqua talking about like a miracle that'll never come true, right? And I was like, damn, I can't wait to see this animated. And then the production team went fucking crazy by like having him go berserk and shit during his acting scene. I'm like, never mind. This is like my new favorite scene in the entire anime. But even then, there's like other things. JoJo is another example of like sometimes kind of using the background or like just character movements in general to make certain jokes pop out more than they would have ever done in the manga.
I can't get into the JoJo manga. I don't hear Shiny Diamond and his sound effects because I've said it last time, but I got Demonic Heartbreak, a physical copy.
Yeah.
I cracked it open finally.
Yeah.
Because I was like, you know what? I'm just gonna read it. I read it and I'm like, oh shit, it's Whole Horse. Oh shit. He shot a bullet. Oh, he shot more than one bullet. Oh, and then cause like every single panel, there's like more and more bullets. I'm like, oh shit, I thought he shot one. I thought bro had faith in one bullet.
No, I think, okay, what it is with like anime in general, you kind of get some of like what's great about manga. Like you see the artist, the background artist, and you know, the character design sheets, and you're thinking, oh, okay, this is pretty cool. But you kind of get that with anime plus every other team, like the combination of sound effects, the voice acting. We have the new compositing team where they like do effects and coloring and all that other shit. And then we have the scheduling and production, and seeing like everything that goes into that is way more interesting to me, to the point where I find it more enjoyable to watch anime because of all that versus just like reading a manga. I think the main discourse between manga versus anime is that you're getting more of the story from manga versus anime, where it's like, you know, all the other things I mentioned. But to me, it's like, I think a good anime is going to be able to portray the central theme to the point where you're going to be incentivized to maybe look at the manga if you want to.
Right.
But I think some manga readers kind of take that to another level, to the point where it's like, oh my God, but you don't understand the story and it does this and that, blah, 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 blah. But it's not always about that, you know? Like sometimes people just think that shit looks cool and they want to see it, like sword movements or the choreography and all that other shit. Sometimes that interests people. Like me and you both know someone IRL who loves JJK, not for the story or the characters, but because the choreography is fucking amazing.
Yeah.
And that is something I'll give to JJK, or even Attack on Titan, with the Titans and shit being based off of wrestlers. That's way more interesting than anything that the manga could have portrayed or shown. And I think that a lot of manga readers kind of discredit that when watching the anime.
You know something that I wish would be animated? Because I remember complaining about it to you that sports anime fucking suck.
Yeah.
We need a WWE inspired anime. We don't have enough power drives and fucking suplexes in anime like how they do it in WWE.
Bro, we all know that if that were to ever happen, the only way it would sell well if we have like big anime girl titties with oil and fucking mud everywhere.
Okay.
Like, I don't know. Like, I don't know if you've ever heard of Dead or Alive beach volleyball or whatever.
I know what Dead or Alive is.
But
Yes.
yeah.
Okay, but like, have you seen the Japanese wrestling scene? That shit's fire.
I actually have not.
Have I not sent you like TikToks on that?
No.
I'm going to send you them now. Although I think I reposted one. Dude, the Japanese wrestling scene is absolutely fucking peak. It makes the WWE look like unprofessional wrestling, which
Because
it is. Yes. It's more
staged.
Yeah, listen, it's theatrics. Yes. But so is the Japanese wrestling scene. But even then, that shit's still so fucking good. Because here's the thing, right? People love to throw around, oh, it's fake. It's fake. You can't fake everything. Punches, kicks, and being thrown around is still occurring. It's just that, you know, every once in a while, wrestlers decide to sell the idea that it hurts more than it actually does, which is why people say, oh, it's so fake. Yes, but no. If you want like a good form of wrestling with minus all of the selling that exists, and with a lot of energy and fucking artistic design, I recommend Japanese wrestling because holy shit, I've never seen so many moves that like aesthetically look so pleasing, and you can't sell that. You can't fake not getting hit by that. How are you supposed to fake having someone stomp the back of your fucking skull midair? You can't fake that. You can't. You're absolutely taking that hit.
Damn. But I just realized, isn't that like Baki? I mean, I can't say shit, but doesn't Baki kind of do shit like that?
I haven't seen Baki. That's the thing.
Oh, okay. I thought you did, which is why I asked. Okay. I don't know.
I'll watch Baki in the future. All I know is like, it has some martial arts, but also it's that fucking shit insane.
Yeah. Again, I don't know because I haven't watched Baki.
Okay.
I was just curious.
Okay. If you want, I'll watch it one day and be like, update, Baki is like Japanese wrestling. Oh, dude. I should bribe you one day into watching Japanese wrestling with me.
Bribe?
Yes, bribe. There's so many things I could do. Oh boy, I can't. First I have to get into it myself because as much as I do talk about it, I've only ever seen like small clips of fights and like the big star event fights, not like the fucking like, oh, we're like the middle of the season. We're determining who's going to fight the champion of the previous season. It's more like the finale of a season fights, like the big ones, the main event ones. I've never seen like the mini ones, which, you know, either makes or breaks me getting into it because, you know, main event fights are great, but for the most part, that means that you spend months, if not weeks, waiting for it to happen and getting either insight to the drama that's going on, the fights that are happening behind the scenes, or straight up just like the mini fights where like, oh yeah, this person fought this new casual fighter whose record is, you know, down the road in the middle, you know, as many wins as they have many losses. So, you know.
I feel like if you were trying to incorporate that into an anime, it would kind of need like some form of gimmick. I don't know.
No, it would be. Because here's the thing, right? It's straight up just a tournament arc, but anime edition. And the only way I can see it happening is, hey, how about we just make this shit interesting? And I don't know how to make it interesting myself because number one, I've never made an anime. Number two, I've never scheduled a wrestling event.
It's also just like, how the fuck do you like show the training montage or like the character or like the training arc in general? Like, I heard Haikyuu has like training arcs and shit.
No, it's pretty much simple. It's sparring and, you know, the behind the scenes as to how some of these wrestlers create like their own moves and how like they make their own personas on the stage. Because you have to remember, the wrestlers themselves are just putting up a persona as to glorify their, you know, personality. For example, in wrestling terms, we have, you know, heels, we have gimmick fighters, stuff like that. For example, gimmick fighters is pretty much like The Undertaker, right? His whole thing is, I'm an undead person and I'm supposed to be this beyond human level of threat in the wrestling scene. So any single time he's on stage, he has to sell you that he's this presence beyond human, which means he doesn't sell, which means any attack that you land on him, like punches, kicks and stuff, he's supposed to demonstrate a calm demeanor of this didn't hurt, it didn't have any effect, and it's going to be a fight to show like the maximum of your power. Like that's a gimmick fighter. Like for example, imagine an entire like episode dedicated to someone being like, how am I supposed to portray this notion that I'm supposed to be this barrier between strong and the weak? It's like that, at least to some degree, how I would expect it would go, or at least think it would sell well.
No. I don't think I've watched enough sports anime to know, because I'm going to be real. The only ones I've watched are Blue Lock and Haikyuu.
You should go watch Slam Dunk then. That would make the Holy Trilogy.
Yeah, the Holy Trilogy.
Because outside of Slam Dunk, what else exists? I know Free is a thing, but that's figure skating.
Kuroko no Basket.
Huh?
You never heard of Kuroko no Basket?
No.
Oh, it's about a guy who is so basic that people don't notice him. So at the beginning of the show, they take advantage of that. And he basically has like the power to be invisible. I don't know. That's what I've heard of it. I don't know the actual fucking show. I just remember I was watching Assassination Classroom with my friend. And there was like this one episode where there was like a bunch of characters. And it was like Psyche, Kuroko, or whatever his fucking name was, the main character of Kuroko no Basket, and some other dude. And I was like, damn, that guy looks basic as fuck. And my friend said, oh, it's funny you say that because his whole gimmick is that he's invisible because no one ever notices him. I was like, oh.
Would it be funny if they make an anime character who his whole thing is that he shows up in so many different animes, but you don't notice it because he is such a basic design? But he's his own character.
I think people would like kind of notice it fast. The only person who I think would do that is Akasaka maybe. And like, I don't know. Maybe, actually, no. I don't really know any other like mangas that specifically have references to their counterparts within different pieces of media they
like
have.
Authors that reference their own work throughout their different works.
Yeah. Or like confirm that they're in the same universe. Do you care about Fire Force?
I know what it is. It's pretty much, you know, the end of Fire Force confirms that it's the beginning of Soul Eater. So Fire Force is like the prequel series, which to me is like batshit fucking insane how firefighters turn out pumping out some fucking magic voodoo to create a world where people just turn into weapons. How the fuck does this happen?
I don't know.
Space Dandy and Cowboy Bebop share the same universe.
Oh, they're made by the same creator?
Maybe. I don't remember if it was the same creator or like someone who was in like the writing room or whatever. I just know that two things. Thing number one, they have the same currency. And number two, there's an episode where Spike like kicks off a fridge with some alien on it into outer space. And in Space Dandy, there's an episode where there's a fridge with an alien on it. And it's the exact same fridge model and same exact alien. So Space Dandy was in the same world as Cowboy Bebop.
I guess you just learn something new every day.
You do. You pretty much do. Because like, here's the thing. I don't think many people sit down and be like, you know what? Let's do multiversal things with our animes.
Yeah.
Because like, this is something I talked about with Steven. The difference between comics and anime manga is that the thing is with comics is that you have like the big publishers stick with an IP in a series and they just either remake it, redo it, or revamp it. There's like, if you talk about Marvel, it's the Avengers, it's Spider-Man, X-Men, Fantastic Four. You wouldn't think of other IPs that they own that they use on a regular basis, while things like Shonen Jump have both, you know, One Piece, Dragon Ball, and a bunch of other things that are nowhere close to interconnected. And even then, authors that use multiple series don't do like multi-universal things where like, oh, this is Earth 616 and this is Earth 0. And like they both have the same characters, but like there's different stories and this and that. Like that's the big difference between manga and comics that I like to point out, because I'm going to be 100% honest. Outside of like DC, who has their independent like comics, which is like just Hellboy. Outside of Hellboy, there's Watchmen and some other stuff, but they have their own independent label, which they publish. But everything else is straight up just DC related and their own fucking multi-universal thing. And it's like so annoying because sometimes I want to read a comic, but I don't want to read about something I already know of or this huge ass line of other comics that relate to this one universe, especially since like you would sit down and think, oh shit, this is a separate universe, until like you find out, no, the publisher said, you know what? Let's mix this universe and that universe. They collide and merge. That way, you know, because this one is not selling as much, we'll just connect it with the main universe. So it makes us a shitload more money. So now that's the only reason why Miles Morales is in the fucking main universe in Marvel, because they wanted him there. And now I'm sitting here.
That is kind of like Spider-Man to the multiverse in a nutshell.
Yeah. Which is why, like, if you ask me, it's easier to get someone into manga than it will ever be to get people into comics. Because when it comes to comics, you could be like, oh, just read this and that. But then where the fuck do they go from there? They're eventually going to have to get into the big series and then their big fucking spin-offs and their huge ass lines and multiverse things that you have to follow. And it's like, if you accidentally forget that, like, you were supposed to read Absolute Batman to be able to understand why Bruce Wayne's able to do this in the comics. It's like, no, what if I don't want to? What if I don't want to read it? I want to jump off a cliff. It hurts.
Yeah, I think that's about all the time we have for today. You know, it was another good episode. Thank you for joining me here today, Byron.
Yeah, no problem. It was fun.
If you want to see more of me, look at my channel at Photaru, and I'll see you guys all next time.
See ya.